welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to solve the LeetCode question number 326, the power of 3. So we will discuss about the problem understanding, approach, algorithm, and the last we will use code, and at last we will dry run also the question. So first of all, start with the problem understanding. What the problem is going telling us that the given an integer and the return true if it is a power of 3, otherwise the return false. Okay, and here is the example: an integer n is the power of 3 if there exists an integer x such that n equals to 3 raised to x. So what this line is saying that if there is an integer x such that if the n is equal to the 3 raised to the power of x, the x is the power of 3. If any integer x is present there, then we can say that the n is the power of 3. So here is the example 1. So what is the example? N equals to 27. So let us say that the integer x will be the 3. So 3 raised to power 3 will be the 27. So this is correct that the 27 is the power of 3. If we say the n equals to 0, then there is not any x, the value of integer x such that the 3 raised to x is equal to 0. So we can say that the 0 is not the power of 3. So hope you understand this question. So let us move to the approach. So in this approach we will use the math trick only, nothing else. We will use the largest power of 3 divisibility. What this tell is that the most elegant big O of n, big O of 1 solution exploits the fact that 3 is a prime number. We all know that the 3 is the prime number. The largest power of 3 that fits in a 32-bit integer. So the what is this? What I am going to tell that the largest power of 3 that fits into the 32 bits of integer is 3 raised to 19. So what is the 3 raised to 19 is 3 raised to 19 will be the 1162261 467. So this is the biggest number which we can fit into the 32 bits of integer, which is the power in the power of 3. So that's we can say the 3 raised to 19 is the maximum number which we can put into this case for the maximum integer. So if n is the power of 3, then it must be the divisor of the maximum value also. So this is the common sense only. You can say that n, if n is the power of 3, then this number should be the n should be divisor of the maximum value which I have written here. So if it happens, if the 3 raised to 19 the reminder n equals to 0, then we will return it as a true, and if this is not possible, then we will return it false. So hope you understand the approach. So what will be the algorithm for this? We will return false if the n is greater than or equal to 0. As we know, the n equals to 0 is not a power of 3, and the less than 0 are also not the power of 3. So in that case we will return false, and we will check if the 3 raised to 19 remainder n equals to 0. If the remainder of the division is equals to 0, then we can say that the n is the power of 3. So what we gonna write here? So first of all, we will, this is the one line question, one line code only. So in one line we will return the both the condition, the ret return if the n is less than greater than 0, and the operator and operator 1 1. So this is the biggest number which we fits, which is the divisor of, which is the 3 raised to 19. So 6 1 4 6 7. If the remainder this n equals to 0, then it if this both condition applies, then it will returns true, and if this condition not satisfied, then it will return false. Hope you understand the code I have written here. So first of all, run it and see if this is right or not. So you can see the all cases are passed here. Thank you guys watching for video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and drop a comment for the next LeetCode question solving. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next